This training is about the exact retention workflow that keeps clients on the books year after year. 4 touches, 1 per quarter, give or take. The whole system runs on autopilot once you build it, and it turns a leaky book into a compounding one. Here's the truth. Most agents learn the hard way. Acquisition is expensive. Retention is free, but only if you have a workflow. The agents who keep their clients for 10 years didn't get lucky. They built a rhythm. 4 times a year, every active client hears from them in a meaningful way. That's the whole secret. Let's talk about why this matters. Every client you lose to another agent is a client you have to replace with new acquisition. Leads, marketing dollars, time, energy. Replacement costs are brutal. Keeping a client costs almost nothing. So, your real income isn't the new sales you make this year. It's the renewals you don't lose. And here's the brutal math. The average insurance book loses somewhere between 10 and 20% of clients per year if you do nothing. Some to natural attrition, some to the agent who called them when you didn't. If you're retaining 75% and the producer down the street is retaining 90%, you are running uphill in molasses while they compound. Same effort, completely different income trajectories. Now, let's dissolve the 2 fears that block this. Fear 1. I should be touching my clients more, but I never find time, and the guilt is paralyzing. Fear 2. I'm going to lose a renewal because some other agent called my client first. Both fears come from the same root. No system. The good news is, you don't need to call every client every month. You need 4 touches a year done consistently. That's it. That beats 90% of the agents in this business who do 0. A workflow doesn't depend on motivation. That's the whole point. The system runs whether you feel like it or not. It's calendared, templated, and tied to dates that already exist. You build it once. It pays for the rest of your career. Here's the 4-touch annual workflow: birthday touch, mid-year check-in, AEP or renewal review, and holiday or year-end card. Spaced roughly 1 per quarter across the year. Different channels, different purposes, all driven off dates already in your CRM. Touch 1. Birthday. The single highest impact, lowest effort touch in your entire workflow. Send it on the actual birthday, not 3 days late, not a week early. Send it as a text or a handwritten card, depending on the client, and skip email entirely because it gets lost in the inbox. The whole point of this touch is warmth, not business. No mention of their plan, no offer, no review request. Just a real human acknowledgement. What you say is short. Something like, "Happy birthday, Mrs. Patel. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thinking of you." 3 sentences max. The reason this works is that almost no other professional in their life remembers their birthday. Their dentist doesn't. Their accountant doesn't. You do, and that one moment puts you in a category by yourself. Touch 2. Mid-year check-in. This one happens roughly 6 months after enrollment or 6 months after their last full review, and you do it as a phone call. You're calling to confirm everything is working. Claims went through fine, prescriptions are covered, no surprises. This is where you catch problems before they become reasons to leave. Here's how that call sounds. "Hi, Mrs. Patel. Your name from the agency. Just calling to check in. We're about halfway through your plan year, and I wanted to make sure everything's been smooth. Have you used the plan yet? Any claim surprises? Anything I can help with? You're not selling? You're proving you're paying attention." Most calls take 3 or 4 minutes. Some take 20 because they have a real question. Either way, you walk away with a fresh data point in their record, and they walk away knowing you actually care. That single mid-year call dramatically lowers the chance they answer a competitor's call when it comes in October. Touch 3. The AEP or renewal review. This is the most important touch of the year for your business. The one that locks in next year's renewal income. You start with a phone call, and if the client wants to sit down, you book an in-person or video appointment to follow it up. When you run this touch depends on the product. For Medicare, it hits during the annual enrollment period in the fall. For other lines, it hits in the month before their policy anniversary. The goal of this touch is to confirm that the plan still fits. Plans change, lives change, networks change, drug formularies change. The agent who sits down with the client every year and says, "Let's just make sure this still works," is the agent who keeps the client for a decade. The agent who never calls is the agent who finds out they lost the client only when the renewal commission doesn't show up. Here's how that call sounds. Hi, Mrs. Patel. AEP is open, and I want to make sure your current plan is still the right fit for you. There have been some changes this year, and I want to walk through them with you so you know exactly what you have. I have an opening Tuesday at 10 or Thursday at 2. Which works better? You're not selling a new plan. You're protecting the existing relationship. If a switch is warranted, you make it. If the current plan is still right, you confirm it and the client feels the value of you. Touch 4. Holiday or year-end card. Mailed, not emailed. Physical card, hand-addressed if you can manage it, signed personally, no business message, no call to action, just a warm holiday or New Year wish. Send between mid-November and mid-December. This touch costs almost nothing and does enormous work in the background. It reinforces that you're a real person who cares about them as a person, not just an account on a spreadsheet. Many clients keep these cards on the fridge for weeks. Your name in their kitchen every day, while every other agent in the market is invisible. That's retention compounding in real time. Let's walk through one client, one full year, so you see how it stacks. Meet Mrs. Patel. She enrolled in Medicare Advantage with you last September. Anniversary October. Birthday in March. In March, you send the birthday touch. A short text on her actual birthday. 3 sentences. She replies thanks and mentions her granddaughter is graduating in May. You log that detail in your CRM. In June, you run the mid-year check-in. You call. She's used the plan twice. One claim, no problems. She mentions her husband Carlos turns 65 next year. You log it. Future Medicare lead, generated for free off a 4-minute retention call. In October, you run the AEP review. You call, book an appointment, sit with her for 30 minutes, walk through the carrier's plan changes for next year. Same plan still fits. She renews. Renewal commission locked in. You ask about Carlos and confirm next steps for his enrollment in his birthday window. In December, you send the holiday card. Hand-addressed, signed, mailed, mid-month. 3 days later, she texts thanks and a photo of the card on her counter. That's a client who is not leaving you, ever. 4 touches, maybe 45 total minutes across the year, including drafting the birthday text and addressing the card. 1 renewal protected, 1 referral for Carlos sitting in the pipeline. That's the math. Here's your action step. Today, do 3 things. 1, open your CRM and create the 4-touch workflow as a template. Birthday on actual birth date. Mid-year touch 6 months from enrollment. AEP or renewal review 1 month before anniversary or in early October for Medicare, holiday card the first week of December. 2, pull every active client and assign each of those 4 next step dates to their record. This takes 1 afternoon for a typical book. Block the time, get it done. 3, look at this current month. Anyone whose birthday or mid-year falls in the next 30 days, those touches go out this week. Don't wait for the perfect system to be live. Start running it now. The producers winning 10 and 15 years deep into this business aren't more talented or more charming. They have a workflow that runs on autopilot. Build the 4 touches into your calendar this week, and a year from now, your retention rate climbs without you working a single extra hour.